Set to become free agents this month. It's March, baby! Some could be franchise tagged. Others could find a new home and make an immediate impact, just like he did with those Cardinals. So, what is this music? Hey, let's go! What is this? Okay, if they aren't franchise tagged, which free agent wide receiver could make the biggest impact on a new team or at the club?
Yeah, I want to see an ascending Super Bowl champion get down in the club.
Getting emotional.
It would be Chris Godwin. I'm getting emotional. No, Chris Godwin.
Break the glow sticks.
Yeah, I'd be
We're
shocked.
on a boat.
On the boat. They did that. I'd be shocked if the Bucs don't franchise him, but they would then not be franchise tagging Shaq Barrett. So there's a chance he isn't franchise tagged and he can go look at other opportunities. Godwin's awesome, and he's been the number 2 for so long behind Mike Evans. This year, he did lead the Bucs in receiving yards per game, and he also had a great playoffs, was fantastic in that run. He's a number 1 for 31 teams, let's say 25 of the 32 teams. Chris Godwin's a number 1 wide receiver. Reliable, smart. Here's where I love it for him. He's a 3rd-round pick, hasn't gotten that big payday yet, wasn't a 1st-round pick. This would be his first big contract. He's already said he's not looking to necessarily take a hometown discount, but he does view the Buccaneers as somewhere special and wants to play the rest of his career. So I'm fascinated to see. I think a team like the Jets or a team like, I don't know, you go to one of these, the Packers. Like, I think if you can get Chris Godwin on the team, it takes you to a whole nother level. He's such a smart, strong, tough player, and he's such a good kid. Chris Godwin, I hope he breaks the bank if they don't franchise him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He is a special player. You don't get guys that are clearly number 1 wide receivers that have played second fiddle to a guy like Mike Evans. I'll go with Kenny Golladay out of Detroit.
Oof.
I just feel like he's a fantastic talent. I know he was a little banged up this past season. He only played 5 games. He had a hip injury, but he's healthy. And I know him personally. He's ready to rock and roll this upcoming season. The previous year in 2019, that was kind of his coming out party. He had 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns. Which, sidebar for a second, he had 11 touchdowns, which led the NFL. That just shows you how good Davante Adams was this year with the amount of touchdowns that he put up this season. But getting back to Kenny Golladay, I feel like he can go anywhere and be a true number 1. This dude is 6'2", 6'3", shoes off. He puts on cleats. He's a big, strong receiver. And look at these catches. His ability to make that big catch, that freak-like catch, he can do that. And he also has that speed and strength behind it. So I feel like Kenny Golladay can go anywhere and make something happen.
Kenny G's about to make some sweet music.
Ooh. Talk about it.
I gotta
saxophone.
go. I gotta
in the
go.
morning.
Look, the Chicago Bears have been a bit of an anomaly to all of us, right? How many times have we sat here at the breakfast table talking about the quarterback position, the quarterback carousel? Who's it going to be this week? Is it the Biscuit? Is it Big Nick?
Right.
I don't know, but there's been one constant, and that's Allen Robinson. So give me AR.
Let's go.
Give me this wide receiver that every year he's been with the Bears, he's gotten better. And look, ignore the ball security right there on that play, Nate. This guy is a tough tackle, and I don't think he's gotten enough credit for how tough of a receiver he is, how strong he is. When that ball is up in the air, there is no doubt that it's AR's ball, and he's coming down with it.
He might be one of the best route runners in the business, too.
I mean, look at that catch right there. I mean, he's a finisher. Just a little shake and bake.
Technician,
right there.
man.
I think when you also kind of have to take this into play, Shregs. The fact that there has been a constant change at quarterback, that's hard on receivers, right, Nate? I mean, timing is everything. The ball comes out a little bit different. Nick spins it different than Mitch, and yet his production has never fallen off, no matter how the quarterback play has
Not just in Chicago. Before that, his quarterback play is still putting up crazy.
Yeah, down in Jax. I mean, Blakey Bortles was
told me
shot putting the ball.
If you told me today that Allen Robinson had 102 catches last year, I'd say you're crazy. I don't remember one of them because the Bears' offense was so anemic. He had 102 catches last year. That is a really hard thing to do in the NFL, to have 100 catches in a season. He might be one of the most underrated wide receivers, and the fact that the Bears haven't extended him tells me they might not rate him the same way that other teams do, or maybe that we do at the table as well. For all season, they were like, extend Allen Robinson, extend Allen Robinson. The players were, they didn't extend Allen Robinson.
It almost makes you think, with the amount of production he has put up over his career with the quarterbacks he's played with, if he goes somewhere where he can be a true number 1 with a really good quarterback, could he do something like Stephon Diggs?
What about a player who had 97 catches and 9 touchdowns? JuJu SmithSchuster. That's a crazy number. He had, by the way, 24 third down conversions. That is second in the league. you're talking about number 1, number 2. Can he be that guy, Shrake, somewhere?
Absolutely.
If Pittsburgh decides to part ways with him, granted the numbers weren't his stellar 2018 season, but he's also 24 years old. This is a young player who I don't think has reached his potential.
Absolutely. There's a lot with JuJu. I think most of it's good. Some of it is that distraction stuff that I hope teams aren't going to be too taken aback by.
Yeah.